I started DoorDashing 6 months ago. Here's how it's going. My name is Milo. Welcome to my rural DoorDash ride-along. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I'm doing a lunch shift. I haven't been dashing since Wednesday morning. I took the bulk of Wednesday and all of Thursday and Friday off to do stuff with family. Took a few day trips. I started DoorDashing on June 1st. And I've been tracking all my stats in a personal spreadsheet. I take my mileage from the trip counter on the car. I take the total earnings and time spent dashing, total online time, not active time. I take all of that from the DoorDash app. And in the spreadsheet, I also do a calculation for how much did I make per mile, how much did I make per hour, and what was my average per delivery. I figure that out for each day, but I also do a monthly average as well, so I can track how it's going, because I have some good shifts and some bad shifts, and I like seeing, oh, I have an order. It's $14 for 11 miles. It's going up to Depot Bay. It's not a great offer because I'll have dead miles afterward, but last I checked, my acceptance rate was 88%, and I want to get it back up to 90, so I'm going to take this. So I started on June 1st. I only dashed for the first 2 weeks of June, and then I took 2 weeks off. And in those 2 weeks, my averages were not good on dollar per mile or dollar per hour, and I made a total of $150 some, but I was still figuring it out. I did better in July. In July, I hit over $1 per mile on average and over 15 an hour on average, which I've been able to sustain for averages every month since. Yeah, in July, I made, I think, nearly $700. August was a little bit less because I got sick for a week and I had to take time off for that. September, in the middle of the month, I hit platinum status, and then it got better and I was able to hit $1,000 that month, and I just decided that needs to be my target. I need to make a minimum of $1,000 per month. Now that I know I can do it, I'm going to keep doing it, and I did it successfully in September and October, and I'm $65 away from making it in November, so I'm going to see if I can crank that out between today and tomorrow. Part of me wishes I've been able to go out Thanksgiving and Black Friday just for the experience, but I had other intentions, and that's okay. I haven't done any holidays yet, really. I mean, I did 4th of July lunch, and I did Halloween lunch, but that's not as indicative as if I'd been out at dinner. Neither 4th of July nor Halloween lunches went well. I did pretty badly on my numbers there. Anyway, I gotta pick up this pizza. All right, I have that pizza picked up, and I'm taking it to, I believe, a hotel in Depot Bay. So that was a hotel I'd never delivered to before. Anyway, I'm on my way back to the zone. Oh, I gotta pull over. That is so pretty. I gotta take a picture of that. That is so pretty. I'm not on an order right now. I'll be right back. So I recently started doing a project called Picture Lincoln County. I'm just taking pictures of stuff that strikes my visual eye around the county, just for fun. It's on Facebook if you want to look it up, Picture Lincoln County. So I do have Shop and Deliver turned on. I don't love doing Shop and Deliver. We have some stores in the area. Dollar General is a fantastic example of this. They rotate their stock. So the app will tell you it's on this aisle, but it's not on that aisle, and it's really, really difficult to do well. I'm never going to hit Pro Shopper at this rate, although they are making some updates to Pro Shopping requirements and how they handle out-of-stock items, so that might get better next month. So I do have Shop and Deliver turned on. I can't opt out of it for whatever reason. Then alcohol delivery, I did the training for it, but it won't let me opt in. I did recently get access to flash offers. I don't have it turned on because I don't think it makes sense for me, because I don't live close enough to the main hotspots that it would take me a moment to get there. But also, if I'm home by myself, I have to get the dog settled, and it takes longer for me to actually get going out the door than I expect they'll be okay with. So I don't have flash offers turned on. I also don't have cash on delivery turned on because I just have a bad feeling about that. There's so many things that could go wrong, and it's emergency lights. Those are the settings that I've got right now. So I drove back into Newport. I parked at Taco Bell because of the main chain places. They're the furthest north, and I was just coming back from Depot Bay to the north, so it's the closest likely hotspot to go to. I usually use Starbucks because it's more central to town, but I just drove dead miles back. I don't want to drive unnecessary miles to Starbucks if I then get a Taco Bell offer and come right back north. Well, I still don't have an order, but I've been sitting in one spot for close to half an hour, and that just doesn't seem like a good plan. I don't like driving unnecessary miles, so I'm not going to go very far. I'm just going to drive a few blocks down. I don't know if it had anything to do with me moving a few blocks, or if people just started ordering again, or what happened, but I got an offer that was a little over $5 for a mile and a half from McDonald's. It's not a remarkable offer, but I am happy to be back on the road and doing something. So today is not looking like it's going to be a very good shift. My dollar to mile ratio is way off because I had dead miles coming back from Depot Bay, and I drove some dead miles getting to a good starting point at the beginning of the shift too. And my hourly rate is probably also bad because of how long I waited after that first offer. Promptly got a Walgreens offer, which I have just picked up. Most of the items they wanted were in stock. And I'm gonna drop it off. It's really close. Well, that one ended up not being so smooth after all, because the pin on the map was 1 block away from the actual house. And when I called the customer to clarify directions, he was able to help me out. He was standing outside waving at me, so I knew it was him, and then he would not stop making conversation. But I pretty quickly got a new offer, $6 2 miles. This is a good offer. So I completed that drop off. The total went up $1 from the original quote, and now I got a stacked order. I forgot to take a screenshot, but it was shopping at Fred Meyer and a McDonald's pickup. And the total, I think, was $14. It was over 10. But I'm not too worried about shopping orders at Fred Meyer because it's the store that I do most of my own shopping at. So it is the easiest store for me to find stuff at. That shopping order is done. I'm just waiting for a gap to exit my parking spot. It turned out to only be 7 items, I think. And I recognize this customer name. It's actually someone I know. I've delivered to him before, but I also have a personal connection. Both those orders are dropped off. The grocery bag tipped a little bit on the drive, so since it was handed to me, I encouraged him to check the eggs and make sure they were still intact before I left, and he said it was fine. And now I have another order taking me right back to Fred Meyer. This one's going to Toledo, and it's upside down. Not a great offer, but I'm doing it anyway. That shopping order was a lot more difficult than the last one. It was fewer items, but there was a holiday specialty item that I couldn't find, and it didn't have an aisle location listed. So I had to look in with candy, and then I looked in with the holiday section. I couldn't find it. I had to do a substitution. But I also ran into like 3 different people I knew at the store, so I had to be clear about, I'm dashing right now, I can't stop and talk. All this effort for what is probably a little to no tip with an increased base pay because of the distance I'm traveling. So I dropped that off. There actually was a $3 tip. It was not a no tip. I want to clarify that. I'm going to call it now, because I looked at my stats as I ended that dash, and I'm less than $10 away from my monthly goal. I can easily make that up in my little bit of time that I got tomorrow. And for today, I actually was over $1 per mile, even with the trip to Toledo and the earlier trip to Depot Bay. And I will take you with me for what little I get done tomorrow, and then I'll go over what my November looked like. And so I'll see you tomorrow. It's now Sunday morning. I'm gonna crank out what little I can in the hour I have before I have to go to church, and then I'm gonna go back out for the lunch shift after that. I'm in dress black today, thanks to an afternoon commitment I have, which does mean that I might be mistaken for restaurant staff depending on where I am sent on my DoorDash errands. I've had that happen before. One of my earliest shifts on DoorDash, I had come in with a sweater that had text on it, and I had multiple handed to me customers that day, and I just felt kind of unprofessional. So I do like to make an effort on my appearance. I already got an offer. I'm going to Starbucks. It looks upside down on the screen, but that's because I was not very near Starbucks when I logged in. So I just dropped that off, and as I was walking up to the customer's door, I got an add-on for another Starbucks offer. That's a longer distance. I'm not sure if the payout was actually that good, but it's gonna get me over the $1,000 mark for the month. So what's really funny though, when I went back into Starbucks, the order that I had to come back to pick up had been sitting on the counter ready when I picked up the first one. So it seems like it was inefficient, but maybe somebody else had been assigned the order and then they unassigned it. Well, I drove back to Newport and I didn't get another offer within a reasonable amount of time, and I decided to log out and start heading to church. My dollar to mile wasn't that good on this dash, but I made $14 in a little under an hour, so that's not too bad. And I'm all about averages anyway. And I hit my $1,000 a month goal. I'm still gonna do dash at lunch because I was already planning on it anyway. So I finished up at church. It's now a little after 11. I'm on my way back to Newport. I decided to log in this zone on my way. This zone, which is Wallport and Yachats combined, is not that great. All they have is Dollar General, which I talked about earlier. Rotating stock is really, really difficult to shop there, and Subway. And that's it. So I did immediately get a Dollar General offer, but it was way upside down. It was less than 50 cents a mile, and it was going further south. So it was not even in the direction that I needed to be going. So I declined that one so much for raising my acceptance rate. I'm now at 87%. But a lot of the time, if I'm coming back from church and I log in to DoorDash in the Wallport zone, sometimes I don't get anything. I've yet to get a Subway offer in Wallport, and that's what I'm actually hoping will happen. I keep thinking that one of these days I will do a video for the channel dashing in this Wallport zone just to show you what extremely rural looks like. But I don't know if I hate myself that much. For the moment, you're getting a little glimpse as I drive through. I am just a few blocks away from the Subway, and if I pass the turn for Subway and start going over the bridge and I still haven't got an offer worth taking, then I will log out and start a new dash when I get to Newport. And I'm not even going to count my miles or my time on the spreadsheet for this because I was driving through the area anyway. All right, I drove back to Newport and I waited for well over half an hour to get my first offer. Unremarkable $4 Starbucks offer, but it's going less than a mile. So now I've got a Safeway retail pickup, which I've had these before, but I don't think I've had it on video. But the store has already bagged it. I just need to pick it up and drop it off. They made an update in the app recently where you also have to scan the barcode on each bag when you pick it up and when you drop it off. Even though it's an additional step and it feels like a nuisance, I think it's really good that they're adding these security steps to make sure that the customer's getting everything they ordered, especially if you've got two retail pickups at once. If you mix up which bags go to which one, this way you can't make that mistake. So while I was in Safeway waiting for them to bring out the retail pickup, which was 7 bags and 1 large box of soda, I got an add-on for a Safeway shopping order, which was 1 item, 2 units, Speed bump. I was just doing a double take because it was showing my earnings for the Dash as $60. How in the world was that $60? This last customer tipped $50. I've never seen that enormous a tip. I may have to see if it's too late to send a thank you message, because I know messages get archived after a little bit. Okay, so how did I do for the month? I'll have to double check my numbers in the spreadsheet, so watch the title card at the bottom of the screen for any correction to what I'm saying out loud. But I am at $1,052, I think. I might be at $1.30 a mile or something like that, and probably about 17 or 18 an hour on average. I think the highest tip I've ever gotten was like 20 something, and it was on a catering order. 50. I mean, sure, it was a lot of groceries, but I didn't have to do the shopping. I just dropped it off. Anyway, thank you for joining me on my rural DoorDash ride along. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Happy dashing.